Okay, so our last example for today's work is we're looking at this inequality, and the first thing we want to do is take this inequality and put it into slope-intercept form. Okay, so that's going to take us a little bit of time because we want to get the y all by itself. So we're just going to go ahead and subtract 3x from both sides and rewrite our inequality as 2 times y, and we're saying that's greater than or equal to, I'm going to switch these around so that I have it going into slope-intercept form, because we're going to graph. We definitely want to graph this. And at this point we're going to divide that by 2, that by 2, and that by 2, and we're rewriting our inequality with a slope of minus 3 over 2x, so we have a negative slope. And we have a y-intercept of 3. So I'm going to bring in a graph, and we're going to actually go ahead and graph this thing. So that was our first step. Put the inequality into slope-intercept form. Next is to graph. Okay, so here we go. The first thing we want to do is put our dot on the y-intercept, which is a positive 3. There you go. And then we're going to look at our slope, and we're going to actually, when you look at that, I'm going to go down 3 and then to the right 2. Down 3 to the right 2. And then I look at this and I say, aha, because it includes y is greater than or equal to this over here. So we're going to use a solid line to graph it. Cool? So there we go. Not too bad for a guy without a ruler. Next thing we do, so first, put it into slope-intercept form. Second, graph the line. Third is to figure out what side am I going to shade. Well, I want to find out, is this side the solution or is this side the solution? So if I grab any point off this side, and if it's true in our inequality, then anything over here is true. So if I get a point from this side and it's true, I'm going to shade that in. But what if I grab a point from the opposite side and it's false? So say I like to choose my test point of 0, 0. Because I love multiplying by 0. Any number multiplied by 0 is what? 0. Yay, that makes me happy. Okay, but sometimes 0, 0 may be false. And I believe this one is false. So let's take a look at this. We're taking our test point. X is 0, y is 0. And let's see what happens when we put it into our inequality. So here we go. I know, you guys are really bright. Let's get this blue. X and y. So we're going to substitute 0 in for y and see what happens when we multiply this fraction by 0. And we see that 0 is greater than or equal to 3. False. You can draw a line through that. That's not true. They are not equal. So guess what? This side over here is no solution on that side is going to be ever true. And so we only want to shade the side that's true. So one thing I do is I shade away from, let's see here, we're going to shade away from the false. So we're shading away from or towards the solution. So let's pull in our little new color here. There we go. And let's color it in. Yep, we're shading in. These are all the solutions. And you can prove this. We can choose any point on this side, any point from here to eternity, infinity and beyond, and it's going to be true when we plug it in to our inequality. Okay? So any point over here, any point is going to be true. Okay? This is very, very scary. And there you have it, sport fans. A strange-looking piece of cheese to accompany you while you do your work. Adios!